Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Blacklogic. So, wasting no time, President Trump signed over 200 executive actions on his first day. Among these, he declared a national emergency at the U.S. Mexico border, aiming to halt illegal immigration and designate Mexican cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. Additionally, he announced plans to end birthright citizenship, a move that has sparked significant debate. Now, we're going to go over some of the executive orders that Trump has essentially signed, but I just want to give you guys some of the biggest executive orders that he signed. One was the pardons and commutations. He issued a mass pardon for all defendants of the January 6th insurrection, riots, and protests, which involved around 1,500 people. Additionally, commutations were granted to selected individuals related to the riots. A lot of people were crying out about this actions because he's also commuted and or pardoned those who attacked police officers. They had evidence, they had video proof that a lot of these people attack police officers. And I'm just, on some of these accounts, I don't agree with, because again, we're all about backing the blue. And again, it's not backing the blue when it only suits you. It's backing the blue the entire time when those police officers were in their rifle capacity, in their rifle jurisdiction, doing their job. Then they come and get commuted and or pardoned by President Donald Trump. This is one of the executive orders I did not agree with in totality. In totality, do I agree that the peaceful protesters of the January 6th protests should have been pardoned if they became in prison or incarcerated or in jail? Absolutely. But for those who were rioters, who destroyed government property and defamed government property as well within inside the Capitol, no. They should have served some sort of prison sentence. And maybe they have already served the amount of time due to their crime. I don't know what federal jurisdiction or what the Department of Justice deem when it comes to the sentencing of destruction of government property and trespassing on side of the Capitol. And those people who are the insurrectionists who try to enter the chamber to stop the peaceful transfer of power. Again, I don't know what term, what sort of jail time or prison time they should have served. But nonetheless, I think those things need to be revealed to see if they did serve the time that's allotted for such a crime. And did Donald Trump do the right thing? Or this was a sweeping overhaul of the promises he made? Now, I'll tell you this. He's made a lot of promises, and he is already fulfilling a lot of his promises on day one. Just imagine these next 9 days. Now, some people say the president's first 100 days, because Trump is moving so fast, he's signing sweeping executive orders. Let me tell you, no one's looking at that no more the same way. No one's looking at that no more the same way. Also, when it comes to border security, now Trump signed various legislation dealing with border security. Trump signed orders to secure the U.S.-Mexican border, including declaring, again, a national emergency and modifying policy that had to do with birthright citizenship. Of course, he signed an extension for the delay of TikTok being banned, providing time to assess future actions regarding the app. He was also stating, as I was listening to him, that ownership of the app, 50% American and 50% Chinese. And he was talking to the owners of TikTok, meaning that if America drops TikTok, that TikTok will be worthless. That TikTok has become very, very profitable because of America. And that TikTok is essentially worth an estimated $1 trillion. TikTok is worth $1 trillion. And he stated that it would be a win-win for both sides. We will receive in revenue of however TikTok makes their money, roughly over $500 billion. Of course, this is over time. This is not just like, boom, a stipend. This is accumulative. He also, plans were announced to impose tariffs, including potential 25% tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico. And also, as he was speaking about this, he stated how Canada has allowed illegal immigrants from Canada to enter the northeastern and northwestern part of America as well. So that's why he's standing strong on his 25% tariffs with Canada. He also signed an executive order that dealt with merit-based hiring, okay, requiring federal government to hire based upon merit, not based upon affirmative action, not based upon civil rights, not based upon DEI, not based upon who you know, not based upon networking, based upon when I look at your resume and you're going up for a job for human resources, and I see that you have a human resources degree and you have 5 to 6 years and you have these skills and these certifications, merit-based, merit-based, merit-based. And I don't agree, I don't disagree. I actually agree with that. For those people who took the time to study, whether it be go to a school or a trade or a course or being licensed in something, yes, you should be hired based upon your merit. You should be hired based upon your experience and your skills, etc. So I agree. He also signed an executive order establishing the Department of Government Efficiency to be led by Elon Musk. It was created to identify and cut government waste. And I heard some rumors that Deutsche was sued, or soon as he signed the executive order that Deutsche came under scrutiny. I was trying to find that. I was looking at various news sources, but that's some of the things that I saw on some very unpopular news sources. So I want to make sure I verify that. But again, that's some of the rumors and possibly alleges that came out about Deutsche, the Department of Government Efficiency. Okay, and also dealing with government efficiency, there were some actions. I want to show you guys something. I wasn't going to show this, so bear with me. I wasn't going to show this, but I think I need to show this because it was an action that Elon Musk made that a lot of people, okay, a lot of people was questioning. A lot of people were questioning. I think it's important that I get a second opinion, a third opinion, a fourth opinion. Whoever watched this video, I want your opinion, please. Please leave it in the comment section below because I want to know what is this now. Donald Trump during his inauguration speech, inauguration parade, inauguration ball, never made this same motion and action that Elon Musk made. Now, the one action that I've seen President Trump make over and over again is this action. It's saluting because he's the commander-in-chief of all armed forces in the United States of America. And if you prior military, then you know what this is. This is a salute 1 inch above your eyebrow to the right side of your head. Now, there we got that out of the way. I want you guys to let me know what Elon Musk is doing in this action right here.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that is. And I don't know, does this bring into fruition what Steve Bannon was talking about, that South Africans are some of the most racist people in the world? Now, I'm not saying Elon Musk is, but I'm just saying what Steve Bannon said. Now, last time I checked, he did it off to the side, okay? And some people are going to say that, but I've seen it done that way too. What am I referring to? That this is possibly, allegedly, a Nazi salute. Zeke How. Zeke How. Now, he did this, Zeke How, but it's still the same motion. It's still in the same way. I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking questions. I've never seen Donald Trump do that. And again, I'm no Trumper. I'm no MAGA. I'm just, a black guy just giving my unbiased opinion. You saw it with your own eyes. He said, thank you for making it happen. Zeke How. Now, he didn't say that. He didn't say Zeke How. He didn't say that. He didn't say Heil Hitler. He didn't say that. But the motions. And he was like, ugh. I was like, I don't know about that. I don't know. Just don't know about that. And then it kind of makes me think that when Steve Bannon was talking about Elon Musk and H-1B visa and exporting people from other countries, and never mind. It just kind of made me think about South Africa, the apartheid, etc. Again, yeah, I'm just asking questions because I don't know. So don't beat me up about it. Okay, don't beat me up about it. Also, Trump declared a national energy emergency and temporarily halted all new permits for wind energy projects. He signed an executive order to withdraw the U.S. from the World Health Organization, also known as the WHO. Yeah, we're withdrawing from the World Health Organization. And that, again, has all sorts of fallout and turmoil. And people are criticizing its funding model and management of how we was giving money to them each and every year. He's cutting the fat very quickly. America is about to be very, very streamlined. Also, in line with his America First philosophy, President Trump revoked policies like the Green New Deal and electric vehicle mandate. That's out the window. He emphasized bringing manufacturing back to the U.S. and achieving energy independence, signaling a shift in domestic economic strategies. If I'm not recall, I believe that the UK, and you guys can quote me if I'm wrong, I'm probably a couple of years off. I think it's either by 2030 or 2035 that the entire UK will only be making electric vehicles. Look that up. They will only be making electric vehicles by the year 20 or 2035. Excuse me, 2030 or 2035. Now, on the international front, President Trump expressed intentions to reclaim the Panama Canal, and I reported a lot of these legislations and executive orders that he signed last night. But we understand that the Gulf of Mexico to be renamed to the Gulf of America. He also highlighted plans to plant an American flag on Mars, showcasing ambitious goals for space exploration, meaning that we're going to be the first ones to Mars by the help of SpaceX as well as Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos, and Elon Musk. Also, in his final moments in office, we're talking about President Joe Biden, or the former President Joe Biden, that is. He issued, as Donald Trump was giving his speech, his acceptance speech, Joe Biden issued preemptive pardons for close family members and associates. Now, this is where yesterday, please forgive me, I do apologize, I misspoke. I thought I was reading so much, I was trying to get the news out to you guys last night, as he was still signing executive orders as well as he was getting ready for the ball, that he signed he signed a pardon for Anthony Fauci. That is false. That's what Joe Biden signed a preemptive pardon for Dr. Anthony Fauci and individuals involved in the January 6th Capitol investigation. Okay, those committees, those people. Yeah. He pardoned all the January 6th committee people. And these actions were intended to protect them from potential future prosecutions. I get it. People are going to use pardons, especially presidents like President Trump. I didn't agree, okay? I didn't agree with him pardoning 1,500 people that possibly attacked some police officers. And I don't agree that Joe Biden signed these preemptive pardons for some of these people in his family, as well as the January 6th committee, okay? Especially Dr. Anthony Fauci. But again, we're not going to agree with every single thing that our presidents do, but hopefully we can agree with most of the things that they do. So again, a lot of people would like to believe that people are against a certain person and or their actions because you do not agree with every single thing that they do. You don't agree with every single thing that your father does or your mother does or your children do. You don't necessarily agree with everything that your husband do or your wife do or your aunt, your uncle. Nobody agrees 100% with everybody does. So get off that bandwagon of just agreeing and going along with every single thing. I'm gonna be very neutral in my approach when it comes to any political figure, any political figure, because it's important to stay very unbiased. Now, I'll let you know when I'm being biased, and I will let you know when I'm speaking about conjecture. Now, the U.S. Supreme Court is set to rule on several critical issues in 2025, including cases related to gun control, gender-affirming care. Please get that out. Gender-affirming care? No. If you're under the age of, let's say, 21, the frontal lobe of a Homo sapien, a human being, doesn't fully develop until the age of 25. So at least 21 should be when they deny this gender-affirming care legislation. They're also going to be doing things with disability rights and free speech. These decisions are poised to have profound impacts on American society. Yet Trump is definitely reshaping the future of America and the entire world. And I think it's important that we understand what may be happening. Now, let's go over some of these other executive orders. Because again, he signed a lot of them, restoring names that honor American greatness, designating cartels and other organizations as foreign terrorist organizations, and especially designated global terrorists. Okay, reforming the hiring process for the federal government, ending radical and wasteful government DEI programs, defending women from gender ideology extremism, and restoring biological truth to the federal government. Okay, that's a good one. America First Policy Director to the Secretary of State. Okay, also good. What else do we have? Protecting the United States for foreign terrorists and other national security and public safety threats. Does have to deal with the border. Unleashing Alaska's extraordinary resource potential. That means all the oil that Alaska has and some of those reserves. Protecting the American people against invasion. Okay, again, immigration. You see the topics here. Let's move on. Reevaluating and realigning United States foreign aid. Declaring a national energy emergency. Restoring the death penalty and protecting public safety. Securing our borders. Protecting the meaning and value of American citizenship. Realigning the United States Refugee Admissions Program. I mean, he's getting it in. He's signing a lot of executive order, or signed rather, a lot of executive orders. Okay, restoring accountability to policy influencing positions within the federal workforce. Okay, clarifying the military's role. Listen, clarifying the military's role in protecting the territorial integrity of the United States. He said, yeah, it's our duty to protect those states on the southern and northern border of America with troops, whether it be National Guard or federal troops, because we have people who are invading our country, who are trespassing illegally. And it's not up to the states, it's up to the federal government. And this is kind of a lot of the chaos and a lot of the actions behind what Governor Greg Abbott was doing in Texas, and then how the Biden administration and the so-called border czar Kamala Harris was telling that they was going to sue Texas, that they were going to put troops to stop the state troops and local police officers in Texas for putting up concertina wire and barbed wire to deter people from illegally entering the country. This is crazy. And that wasn't even a state, that's not even a state mission. Those state troopers and those local police officers supposed to protect Texans for the state of Texas, not people who are on the border. Okay, we're talking about international, okay? Even though we're on the same continent, but it's still international. That is the job of the Customs and Border Patrol. But we don't have enough, and that's why we was putting up a wall. But again, now, this second to last one states that it revokes the security clearance of 50 individuals, because it says holding former government officials accountable for election interference and improper disclosure of sensitive government information. Lastly, withdrawing the United States from the World Health Organization. Okay, and it's going to revoke this that was enacted on January 25th of 2021. Applications of Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversaries Control Applications Act to TikTok. Initial recessions of harmful executive orders and actions. Revoked 78 executive orders signed by President Joe Biden. Restoring freedom of speech and ending federal censorship. Ending the weaponization of federal government. And that is what Kash Patel, okay, Kash Patel, potentially the new director of the FBI, was stating these gangster governments can just go after and do whatever they want to do. That is what they're talking about, that they're going to end the weaponization of the federal government. I agree. Putting America first in international environmental agreements. I agree with a lot of executive orders that he's already signed, with the exception of maybe one or two. So good. We're looking good so far. He's reshaping the future as we know it, hopefully for the better. Hopefully these things turn out good for America. Okay. And I think people are really looking at this in a personal manner. They have some sort of a personal atonement or attachment to, I hope he fails. If Donald Trump fails, we all fail. See, he's doing this for the betterment of America. Some people say, well, he's just doing this for himself. If he's doing it for himself and it helps America, then it helps us all. That's what I'm hoping. Hopefully all this will assist and help America to be strong once again, that we will have a plethora of different jobs that Americans can enjoy and live that so-called American dream that we all know and love. You guys have a great and wonderful morning. This is Blacklogic.